Well, we're going to cross live then to Nairobi. Talk to France 24's Olivia Bizot, who joins us from there. Olivia, much talk there of Africa not wanting to be seen as a victim of climate change, but as critical player to kind of solve the problem. What's the aim then of the summit?
Hello, Stuart. Yes, that's right. So this summit is going to be massive. It's going to bring together more than 30 African heads of states and more than 30,000 delegates from around the world and from across Africa. Now, it's a historic summit. It's the first time that the African Union has summoned its leaders for a conversation fully dedicated to climate change. Now, that's important because despite contributing to just 4% of global greenhouse gas emissions, Africa is the worst affected by the effects of climate change. We see it here in the region. Kenya and Somalia have been devastated by drought and desertification in recent years. But as you said, Stuart, African leaders are really wanting to put forward the message that Africa is not a victim, and instead the continent is a critical player in solving the world's climate emergency. So African leaders are really going to want to be putting forward African solutions and to show that Africa can be transformed into the source of the world's green energy revolution. Now, for that to happen, a huge amount of funding is needed, which is why many are calling this climate summit a finance summit. So the aim is really to gain momentum, to present a united African voice, and to promote a fairer financial system ahead of COP28 that will be taking place in November in Dubai.
Yeah, you talked there, Olivia, about African solutions. What exactly, then, are they actually going to be discussing there?
Yeah, so at the end of this three-day summit, African leaders are going to sign the Nairobi Declaration on Climate Change. And in that declaration, they're going to put forward African solutions. So some of those solutions include scaling up renewable energy. So Africa has a huge potential for renewable energy. It is capable of producing 40% of the world's solar energy. Today, it only produces 1%. And it's only tapped into a 0.01% of its wind potential. Now, Kenya is a leading force in this shift towards renewable energy. So it's no surprise that this summit is taking place in Nairobi. So leaders have said that they will triple their commitment to, they will triple the production of renewable energies by 2030. Another key commitment is to protect key ecosystems like the Congo rainforest, which is the world's second largest carbon sink in the world after the Amazon. So the resources are there, the potential is definitely there, but what needs to happen now is to transform those resources into tangible assets. And for that to happen, a huge amount of investment is needed. So the focus of this summit will really be how to finance these commitments. Many African leaders are already saying that the whole, international financial system needs to change to enable heavily indebted African countries to restructure their debt so that they can put money to one side to tackle climate change. There's also going to be a big push from African countries to get the loss and damage funds that developing countries were promised at COP27 last year in Egypt to be materialised.